Let's talk about the most viral things, the spiciest drama on platform called TikToks. The drama of Emil Maria. Besides, before all of that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And let me introduce myself. My name is Abdul Fattah. And with purpose I'm here, intended to fulfill the assignment of the final project of academic listening and unforgettable, along with honor of the lecture of this course, Miss Annie Erawati Sargi, MPD, that lead and teaches us with abundance of kindness. I'm sorry. At the preface, I will spill the name of Mario to Maria. Yes, Mario Emil, the big influencer on TikToks. For the commencement, if you all never heard his name before, here's the review food. And in certain life circle, it's related to the society. For instance, in this video, that shows how miserable students are when teachers gave the assignment. According to that, his followers increased millions and get lots of benefits such as fame and endorsement. And what's matter from that? Recently, he exploits the new drama, the drama that rises man from the deep. And the drama I'd rather say the religion will never ever tolerate about. A man who's act like women. It began with Mario is advising, as I recall, TikTokers who abuse women or punch it. And he argued, men that stream or being flamboyant is better than men who punch girls. And other TikTok mans replies to Maria TikToks with, gentlemen will never do that. Moreover, men whom act like girl and better both, period. Yet he exhausted being called as flamboyant. In a short time, he replied with also TikTok's video about who says a man have to be manly. I might wear thin, but I've been making money to my family and community. Then you, just mind your chap wheels. Sincerely, all of men are arise, even the army does. He were not supposed to compare strawberry to apple, or the drama to the economic thing or circumstances. Based on Sir Daddy's podcast, for your information, Mario is being enough as he mocked by his junior high school friends as stream boy or flamboyant. People on TikToks all think that he is gay just because he waves, despite we cannot measure gay on how or he act. In real time, gay might seem as straight one. As long as they don't show or being published as religion prohibition, also nation norm that illegalize LGBTQ, we just have to let it be as human being, and we cannot think bad of flamboyant out there, including Mario. Economics and gender. These are things we shouldn't separate about. Let's break down into it. According to Merriam-Webster New Dictionary, gender means the distinctive factors from its value to manners. Gender is the perception of the society, cultural expectation for women and men. Gender and sex are two different things. I can't even bear understand them in the first place. While sex are nature since we were incarnate, the conceptual of this is to contemplate on masculinity and femininity aspect which characterize men and women not just as physical appearance but also socio-cultural, which contributed. Gender equality relies on how both men and women are equal, and they could participate to build infrastructures, politics, economics, social, culture, education, and security to live in this society. A movement that equalizes men and women is called feminism. Feminism is a wider perspective to deny everything that insult, marginalized, and subordinate by the dominant, which in most cases are men. But let's jump into Professor Jordan B. Pearson's interview, which debates about pay gap between men and women. He says women less paid. He simply explained most prisoners are men. Most dangerous job is in the war are men. While there are also a bunch of succeed women which break out of the law. For instance, is Oprah Winfrey. Morally, women are agreeable than men, he says. I'm a male who's neutral. And let's talk about it in other perspectives, female perspectives, and what happened on fields. Industries are filled with tons of male, with the career level will tough to women. The war itself 13 stages total of workers in the war only filled 38 of 7% of women. Furthermore, in Indonesia it's not significant as only 39.3%, and the whole job desk associated with feminine things such as nursing, cleaning, secretary, elementary school teachers, and all onto this chart. Female workers are also having threats such as sexual abuse, sexism, impune, and credible workers as the theory that examined by Rosbeth Moss counter that called tokenism. One of the obstacles to women in career levels is glass ceiling phenomenon. This term we might never heard. Glass ceiling. Breaking glass. What? Besides, workers should have known these terms to create gender equality. Glass ceiling refers to metaphorical invisible barrier that prevents certain individuals from being promoted to managerial and executive levels. Position within an organization or industry. The phrase is commonly used to describe the difficulties faced by women and minorities when trying to move higher roles in male-dominated corporate hierarchy, which these include as social facts that absorb mental and cognitive, in this case are women. In general, women aren't compensated as well as men, while some people attribute this to women not asking for more. A 2018 research paper trusted source demonstrated otherwise. They concluded that while women do now ask for better compensation, they don't get it. A 2013 concluded that while women do now ask for better compensation, they don't get it. And they found in 2013 that white women, source analyzed to CEO transition in Fortune 500 companies over 15 years. They found that white women and people of color are more likely than white men to be promoted when firms are declined. This is known as the glass cliff. When these CEOs eventually replaced, it tends to be by white men. We can do if you are affected by the glass ceiling. And from that, we should have recognized that this is nothing about our personality. And it is not our fault. We have several options for how we want to move forward. And we can raise awareness of the issues and try to change the status quo. Or we can channel our energies into advancing elsewhere. And we can also visit the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission to file discrimination or harassment claim. And they are manufactured to waive, and this decision are intensely personal. Do what we think is right for us. Moreover, gender distinction has brought on fairness And as the agent of change, we have to wipe out the patriarchy or being superior, feel like superiors, as the femininity does. And let's talk about it in other perspectives. The UN Secretary General's in 2006 report that in-depth study on all forms of violence against women notes that violence against women is not confined as a specific culture, region, religion, or country, or to particular groups with other women within society. And this point was highlighted when the report was presented to General Assembly Third Committee, and nothing that at least in her lifetime. Indeed, gender-based violence and discrimination are global problems, not uniquely just in our religion, especially Muslim problems. There are an urgent that need to make visible initiative for gender equality for women. In Muslim context, let's talk about in Muslim context, of course, of religion, that they right to have rights. It's not discussed or discounted, a priority by fallacious ideas about their culture and religion. As chair of its consortium advisory group, we're proud to introduce the research program of women empowerment in Muslim context, which this is a multi-country initiative focusing on women's empowerment, indigenous assertiveness, and struggles for rights in diverse Muslim contexts, and upholding women's rights as an equitable principle. Furthermore, women's rights as an not merely modern phenomenon, but have been documented throughout Muslim history. Unfortunately, at this historic juncture, women's right to gender equality is being challenged in both Muslim and non-Muslim contexts by the rise of modern extremist political agenda, commonly called religious fundamentalism. Opportunistically using religion to disguise political agenda, these extremists seek to disempower women by means of constructing close constituency. At the same time, fundamentalist agendas are reinforcing existing patriarchy that are also disempowering women. Women who resist this converging imposition or condemned, ostracized, threatened, abused, and dehumanized with culture and religion used to excuse the systemic violence inflicted on them. Therefore, as WAMC and the UN Development Fund for Women, or UNIFEM, have pointed out, it is particularly crucial at this time to reject the use of culture and religion as means to legitimize the disempowerment of women. Women have power too. As a part of this endeavor, UNIFEM has a major campaign, Say No to Violence, and observe the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. With the theme No Excuses for Violence Against Women, this campaign seeks to garner public opinion on strategies for mobilizing the state, society, and the international community to reject cultural justification for violence against women. And of course, there are, and as the Quran says, وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِنَ الصَّالِحَاتِ مِنْ ذَكَرٍ أَوْ أُنْثَى وَهُوَ مُؤْمِنٌ فَأُولَٰئِكَ يَدْخُلُونَ الْجَنَّةَ وَلَا يُظْلَمُونَ نَقِيرًا. But those who do good, whether male or female, and have faith will enter paradise and will never ever be wronged, even as much respect on a dead stone. And here we see that Islam is equalized the gender since very long time. However, we have common thing, human that has mission to bring humanity above all of that things. And that's all for me. Hopefully we evolve to become a better animal or become a better creatures in the world that brings love as Khalifa or a leader. And that's all for me. ثم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.